Hello, greetings and welcome to another edition of Touring With Us. Yes, I'm doing an audio for a change. Makes a nice little change, but of course you will see my face a little bit later on. Nicolini Orange, if you want to call me that. But you can call me any name under the skin as long as it's polite and, non-offensive, as you well know. Very, very easy as that on that note. But yes, welcome along to another edition of Touring With Us. We visit another spoons here. As you can see already, some lovely paintings of this particular spoons. And it is the Temanera. Sounds like Tramier or something like that. Or maybe Tramier Rovers or something like that. But yeah, it sounds very similar to that. But it's actually Temanera, I think it's actually pronounced. If I'm wrong, then put it down in the comments. But of course, like I say, it is a wonderful chance to see these spoons, and of course you'll hear my review of the food, which I'll give you a mark out of 10 of the review as I summarise this place, and at the end I will also summarise the overall visit, which is probably what I'm going to do each and every spoons I visit, in particular for Touring With Us. So please enjoy this video, and yes, remember where you see it. Well, today it is the review of the large breakfast here at this location in Saffron, Walden. You can see that I'm at this place now. I'm about to get my, I would say, cup of tea or cappuccino. So of course you've got your 2 sausages, baked beans, 3 hash browns, and they have forgotten the butter. I'll have to go and ask for that. And these are all the sauces that I'm going to actually use. So I'm going to get tucked in very, very soon. Maybe it's hidden underneath. No. Yeah, you get the mushrooms to go with it. And you've got the bacon there. Does that look good bacon? I'll only find out in a moment. So, of course, when the breakfast arrived, he did say enjoy. And the first thing he said was large breakfast, and of course there's your cutlery, something like that. But the butter has arrived. It's the Lurpak special edition, the expensive version of the butters that they use for spoons, and this is what it looks like. It's like an aeroplane sort of butter that you would get on an airplane, although I haven't been on an airplane for ages. But yeah, you get 2 of them. I did ask the same guy that delivered the food, which is the large breakfast, and obviously in kindness he did get the 2 of them. So yeah, I had to ask though, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But yeah, I'm going to try this out, and I'll let you know my thoughts. So there we are, we're all finished now, and I'll tell you my review. To give you a full review here, a summarisation of what I felt when having this large breakfast, which cost around £5.80, including the sort of refill tea, which is £1.25, here in the spoons in particular, and it has been in some small spoons, but the larger ones like the Lloyd's No. 1 kind of spoons will be a little bit more, obviously, like for example the Regal in Cambridge, that would be a little bit more. But saying that, they all have stuck at the same price of £1.25. It's just the food that has actually literally gone up, like the sausages and beans. You'll be paying like something like £6.40 or maybe a little bit more in, say for example, the Regal compared to, of course, this one here, the Temanera in Saffron Walden. But yeah, to summarise the actual large breakfast for £5.80, not bad overall. The hash browns, egg and sausage and even beans, I tell you what, they did feel a little bit cold, but of course it wasn't to take away what a great lot of ingredients that I tasted. It was good. I can still taste that bacon, you know, that sort of bacon. Did it look a bit sort of off colour? Well, it didn't taste off colour, but it looked sort of off colour to me. But that was a bit of a shame. But of course, the hash browns were very tasty, despite they were a little bit on the cold side. I don't think they were undercooked. It was just a little bit on the cold side, including the baked beans as well. Although you can eat baked beans cold anyway, but some people like it a little bit warmer. But I don't know whether it's because they don't heat it up very quickly. I don't know. I don't know what the scenario behind the catering system. But of course, maybe it's they didn't heat it up in time or they rushed it out. I don't know. But of course, yeah, overall, fantastic meal. Enjoyed it alongside my refill tea at £1.25, which in most spoons will be at that price unless you go to like the airports, which is going to be a little bit more obviously. But inland and Lloyd's number one may be the same price. I don't know any Lloyd's one or Lloyd's number one who have had the price for a little bit more than £1.25. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. If there is a spoon that is more than £1.25, you know, in the future that might happen, but of course at this present time here, because it is Saturday the 15th of October 2022. It's a glorious sunshine day, by the way. A garden there, you can see. All the tables around here. There are people here, you can hear them muttering in the background here. Over, you'll be able to see there are people there. So, that, my old weather friend, is just about it for this review. So I'm going to have to give it a mark out of 10, I'm afraid. And of course, it's got to be a 7 this time. Normally it's about an 8. I think 7 today. It was overall good. The disappointment for me was that the butter didn't come with it at the first instance, so I had to ask the guy to actually, the guy that delivered the food, because there was a separate guy who actually delivered the cup of tea. So there was 2 people doing separate things, because I'd ordered it by the app. So, as an overall review, I would say 7 out of 10 because, you know, it was slightly on the cold side, of which made it a little bit disappointment. But that wasn't the main thing. It was the fact that, of course, didn't get these. There's normally 2 of them that come with the large breakfast, and I had to ask for that. So maybe the deliverer forgot on that particular note. So yeah, that's my summarisation. 7 out of 10 this time. If I was to summarise that sort of place that I ventured today, I would actually say overall, of course, to put it in a smaller version, that of course, yes, it's a lovely place to go. But unfortunately, I don't know if I mentioned it, but of course I might have done. But I would say that the toilet was a bit of a disappointment on that day. It wasn't actually open or in use. So of course it might have been awkward for the disability toilet to be the only one that was available, because of course you could have had a queue to go into the toilet. But of course, it wasn't too much of a problem, but I would say it could have been, you know, on that note. But of course that was only for the gents. If you're female, obviously it's going to be a lot different, because obviously those were the toilets that were open at the time. But yeah, anyway, that was that. And yes, overall a lovely place to go to. The food was 7 out of 10, but of course overall visit I would say a little bit more, because I like the outside of this particular spoons. So overall visit 8 out of 10, but food 7 out of 10. Sounds fair, doesn't it? But of course, if you've never subscribed to Touring with Us, make sure you do, and hopefully we'll see you next time, all being well.